Have you ever felt joy and heartbreak at the exact same moment, like the dream you waited for finally arrived, but not the way you imagined? I thought I was living the perfect love story. I met Evan during my junior year of college. We were both running late for a psych lecture and bumped into each other at the door. He dropped his books, I apologized, we laughed, and that was it. For the next 3 years we were inseparable. We were that couple. Inside jokes, long drives, study dates that turned into movie nights. He made me believe in all those hopeless romantic movies I'd grown up watching. We graduated, got jobs in the same city, and moved in together 6 months later. We talked about the future, wedding venues, baby names, where we'd live once we saved enough. I thought we were on the same page. I knew he was going to propose soon. He even asked for my ring size casually one night while pretending to measure his fingers for a joke. And then it happened, he proposed. It was a Sunday morning. I'd just gotten out of the shower and found him kneeling in the kitchen, holding a ring box in one hand and a mug in the other that said, "Let's make this forever." I froze. He said, "You're my favorite person and I want to spend every morning, every burnt toast, and every lazy Sunday with you. Will you marry me?" Of course I said yes. I cried, kissed him, stared at the ring with wide eyes. It was beautiful. Vintage, gold band, oval diamond, everything I'd ever dreamed of, but that dream shattered the very next day. I met up with my best friend Claire for coffee, ready to gush about the proposal. We'd been best friends since high school. She was practically family and she loved Evan, at least I thought she did. The moment she saw the ring, her face went pale. I thought it was surprise, until she whispered, "That's my ring." I blinked. "What?" She grabbed my hand, looked closely, and said again, "That's the ring I showed Evan when we were dating." Wait. What? Turns out Claire and Evan had dated briefly in college. It was short and quiet, and they broke up before she and I reconnected after freshman year. She never told me because it wasn't serious, and she thought it would be awkward. Apparently, during their fling, she sent him photos of her dream ring. She said they talked about eloping once during a road trip. She never thought he kept that ring idea. Until now, I felt sick. I laughed it off at first, thinking it was coincidence, but when I went home and asked Evan, his face said it all. He hesitated. "Yeah, I remembered she liked that style, but I got it for you." I asked, "Why would you use my best friend's dream ring to propose to me?" He stuttered, "I didn't think it mattered. You love it, don't you? That's all that matters." But it wasn't about the ring. It was about why he chose that ring. Out of all the designs in the world, he used a photo Claire sent him when they were together. That meant he was thinking of her, at least subconsciously, when he planned our future. I couldn't let it go. I tried. For 2 weeks I wore the ring, told people we were engaged, smiled in photos. But every time I looked at my hand, all I saw was Claire. Every time Evan kissed me, I wondered if he ever thought of her. I asked him, "Were you ever in love with Claire?" He said no. I asked again a few days later, still no, but his voice got quieter each time. The final straw, I found an old playlist on his Spotify titled "For C." It wasn't public. It was filled with indie love songs and acoustic covers, the kind he never shared with me. Some were songs he told me he hated. I asked about it. He said it was just a dumb college thing. But when I pressed, he admitted he made it during their road trip. The same one Claire mentioned, so I gave the ring back. I told him I couldn't marry someone who borrowed pieces of someone else's story to build ours. He begged. He swore he loved me, and maybe he did. But love isn't just about feelings. It's about intention, and I didn't feel like I was his first choice anymore. I felt like I was a comfortable one. We broke up. I moved out a week later. Claire and I didn't talk for a while. Not because she did anything wrong, but because I needed time. Her face reminded me of what I lost, even if unintentionally. Months passed. I focused on healing. I took a solo trip, changed my number, started therapy. I stopped checking his social media. I stopped replaying the proposal in my head. One day, I took off for a weekend hike and met a stranger who offered to take a photo of me by a cliffside waterfall. He didn't ask why I looked like I'd been crying. He just smiled, handed me back my phone and said, "You look like someone who survived something." And I had, because the truth is, it's not about the ring. It's not even about the person. It's about how they make you feel. And I'll never forget the moment I realized I deserved more than borrowed love.